What was supposed to be a simple 48-hour holiday visit has turned into an absolute nightmare. Just days before Christmas, what started as a routine court-ordered arrangement has escalated into what legal experts and family insiders are calling a standoff that could make anyone's blood run cold. Breaking news from Flagstaff, Arizona. Police activity is now confirmed at the gates of Coyote Pass and at the infamous McMansion on the hill. This comes only 3 days before Christmas. We managed to get our hands on a fleeting screenshot of a deleted tweet from Gwen Brown. It vanished from the internet in just half a minute. All it said was, "He won't let her leave. We are calling the feds." That single line exposes the chilling reality unfolding right now. Today, we are revealing a secret emergency motion Kody Brown allegedly filed this morning, aiming to strip Christine of custody. We're dissecting dashcam footage that shows David Woolley barreling toward Arizona with a fury that could ignite the air itself. And we're unpacking the shocking role Solomon Brown is playing from inside that house. This isn't some scripted drama. This isn't TV. This is a real, terrifying scenario involving a minor. Before we go any further, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You cannot miss a single update as events continue to spiral, minute by minute, outside those gates. If you think David Woolley should take matters into his own hands to rescue Truly, smash that like button and type "Save Truly" in the comments. To grasp the seriousness of what's happening, we need to rewind to the last 48 hours. Sources say Truly was dropped off at Kody's Flagstaff home on December 18th for her pre-Christmas visit. The arrangement was clear: 48 hours, no exceptions. Kody was supposed to return her by 10 a.m. today. That deadline has come and gone, but the real alarm bells went off last night. According to insiders, Truly's location pinged inside Robin's house at 8:45 p.m., right by that notorious fireplace. 15 minutes later, her phone went completely offline. Skeptics might chalk it up to a dead battery, but anyone who knows Kody knows this isn't coincidence. For years, he's been manipulating and isolating. The belief among insiders? Kody may have stashed her electronics in a Faraday bag, cutting her off entirely. Why? In his mind, that phone isn't a phone. It's a weapon, a way Christine could be influencing Truly from afar. By severing that line, Kody isolates her, trying to strip away the independence she's fought for in Utah. But he misjudged. Truly isn't a scared little girl anymore. She knows her rights. She has a stepfather who won't sit idly by. And the silence from Coyote Pass? Deafening. Things get even darker. A blurry document leaked from someone inside the Coconino County court system shows Kody filing an ex parte emergency motion claiming that returning Truly to Utah would put her at emotional risk. He accuses David Woolley of alienating the child, of creating a hostile environment. Classic projection. Kody is pleading for temporary custody through the new year, but the judge saw through it and denied the motion at 8:30 a.m. this morning. Legally, Truly should be returning to Christine. Kody's refusal to release her now crosses a dangerous line. He's holding a minor against court orders. This is inching toward custodial interference. Inside that house, chaos reigns. Kody likely hasn't told Truly about the judge's decision. He's spinning lies. The roads are bad, the car won't start, Mom supposedly said she could stay. He's gaslighting her in real time. Meanwhile, Christine's calls to Kody, Robin, even the landline go unanswered. Total blackout. Silence is his weapon. But the tide is turning. He underestimated the X factor. David Woolley isn't waiting for legal letters. He's on the road. And the kids inside? Solomon Brown is no longer the compliant son Kody thought he raised. He's speaking out. A leaked Snapchat audio clip shows him shouting, demanding that Truly be let go. For the first time, the inner circle cracks. The rebellion is here. Outside, the convoy from Utah speeds closer. David Woolley's truck leads, with Kody Brown following, a son who has openly challenged Kody before. This isn't just a pickup, this is a full-scale extraction. The roads are icy, the clock is ticking, and the snow isn't waiting for anyone. Kody's fortress is no match for determined family outside who refuse to be manipulated. Police are now at the scene, and a 911 call describes trucks blocking driveways, screaming, chaos. The gates remain locked. David is forcing entry, not as a trespasser, but to rescue a child illegally detained. Legal experts would argue he has a moral and potentially legal right to act under these exigent circumstances. Inside, truly safety is paramount. Kody may have barricaded parts of the house. Robin is manipulating, crying, playing victim. The environment is tense, unsafe. Solomon's defiance has shattered Kody's illusion of control. The family's inner walls are collapsing. Every moment counts. The convoy approaches, the police presence intensifies, the snow falls heavier. David's truck is barreling toward Coyote Pass. Freedom or continued captivity hangs in the balance. Will Truly be rescued in time for Christmas, or is she trapped further in Kody's hoarding nightmare? Every second is critical. The siege of Coyote Pass has begun. If you're watching, stand with Truly. Hit like, subscribe, and comment "Save Truly." The story is unfolding live, and we won't stop until she's safe. What was supposed to be a short 2-day holiday visit has turned into a nightmare nobody saw coming. Just days before Christmas, a routine court-ordered arrangement is now spiraling out of control. Breaking news from Flagstaff, Arizona. Police activity is confirmed at the gates of Coyote Pass and the massive McMansion on the hill. Tension is off the charts, and it's only getting worse. We've also managed to capture a screenshot of a tweet from Kody Brown that disappeared within seconds. It read, "He won't let her leave. We are calling the feds." That tiny message perfectly sums up the fear and chaos gripping the family right now. Today, we're uncovering an alleged emergency motion Kody Brown filed this morning to take immediate custody of Truly. Dashcam footage shows David Woolley racing toward Arizona with a look that could stop anyone in their tracks. And inside that house, Solomon Brown is quietly stepping into a role no one expected. This is not reality TV. This is a real situation involving a minor's safety. Before we go any further, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You do not want to miss a single update as events unfold. If you believe David should act to rescue Truly, smash the like button and type "Save Truly" in the comments. Here's the timeline. Truly arrived at Kody's home in Flagstaff on December 18th for her pre-Christmas visit. Everything was supposed to be straightforward. 2 days, then back to Christine, but things went off the rails last night. Her location was tracked inside Robin's house at 8:45 p.m. near that infamous fireplace. 15 minutes later, the signal vanished completely. Some might say the battery died or the phone was turned off, but those who know Kody suspect something far more deliberate. Sources say he may have put her phone into a signal-blocking bag, cutting off GPS, texts, and calls. In his mind, that phone isn't a device, it's a threat, a way Christine could influence Truly. By isolating her, he's trying to undo the independence she has built in Utah. But he miscalculated. Truly isn't a little girl anymore. She knows her rights, and she has a stepfather who won't allow her to be trapped. Outside, the tension is mounting. Inside, the house is silent but heavy with fear. Every passing minute escalates the stakes, and what started as a simple holiday visit has now become a full-blown crisis. The morning brought even more chaos. The judge denied Kody's emergency motion, ruling that Truly must return to Christine. Legally, the order was crystal clear, but inside Coyote Pass, rules don't seem to matter. Kody ignored the ruling. He wasn't just stubborn, he was defying the court, holding a child against her legal mandate. What should have been a simple handover became a tense standoff, teetering on the edge of something far more serious. Truly remains trapped inside the house, unaware of the judge's decision. Kody spun excuses. The roads are dangerous, the car won't start, maybe Christine agreed she could stay longer. He's manipulating the reality around her, keeping her in a bubble of fear and control. Meanwhile, every attempt Christine made to reach Kody, Robin, or even the home's landline went unanswered. Complete silence. The kind of calculated, terrifying silence designed to make her panic. But the tides are shifting. Solomon Brown, the child Kody thought was fully loyal, is starting to see the truth. A leaked Snapchat clip captured him shouting for Truly to be allowed to leave. "She wants to go home. Just let her go." His voice cuts through the tension like a knife, exposing the cracks in Kody's control. For the first time, someone inside the house is openly challenging him. And outside, the rescue operation is moving fast. David Woolley's truck leads a convoy racing from Utah, with Peyton Brown following closely. This is no ordinary trip. They're coming to extract Truly themselves. Time is running out. The snow is falling, roads are icy, and every second counts. Kody's carefully built fortress is about to collide with reality. Reports indicate police are at the gates, responding to disturbances. Neighbors called 911, describing screaming, vehicles blocking the driveway, and even possible threats. Kody locked the gates, refusing to let authorities confirm Truly's safety. David Woolley is pushing through anyway, determined to rescue her. Legally, he has a strong defense. He's acting to protect a child in immediate danger, not trespass. Inside, the pressure is unbearable. Robin manipulates, cries, and pleads, but Solomon's defiance is changing the power dynamic. Kody's control over the children is cracking, and the rebellion inside the house now mirrors the legal and physical pressure building outside. Every moment is tense. The convoy is almost there. Police lights flash, sirens wail, and David is not stopping. Truly's safety hangs in the balance. Will she make it out before the storm traps everyone in Coyote Pass? Or is Kody's grip too strong? The next few minutes could determine everything: freedom, trauma, or worse. This is not TV. This is real life. The siege of Coyote Pass has escalated into a full-blown rescue mission, and the world is watching. The final hours before the extraction were electric with tension. David Woolley's convoy was closing in, the trucks cutting through the snow-slicked roads like a warning signal to anyone standing in their way. Kody's fortress, which once felt untouchable, now faced an unstoppable force. The gates of Coyote Pass weren't just metal barriers. They were the line between freedom and captivity, and David wasn't stopping for anything. Inside the house, fear and panic mingled with fury. Truly remained trapped, her phone dead, cut off from any outside communication. Kody's excuses, roads too dangerous, car won't start, no longer held weight against the reality at the gate, and Solomon, once obedient, was openly defying him. His shouts for Truly's release echoed through the house, shattering Kody's control. The walls of the McMansion that once reinforced his power now amplified the rebellion brewing inside. Outside, police had arrived, responding to frantic 911 calls. Neighbors described chaos, vehicles blocking the driveway, yelling, and frantic attempts to force entry. Kody refused to let officers see Truly, claiming illness or sleep, but the authorities weren't fooled. Every second Kody held her inside without reason turned a custody dispute into a potential criminal situation. David didn't wait for the law to act. His truck rammed the locked gate, symbolic, powerful, and inevitable. Peyton Brown followed, ready to support the extraction. The first crash of metal echoed like a warning. Kody's control was breaking, and the outside world was finally reclaiming the house. Inside, Robin screamed, crying and pleading, but Solomon's defiance only grew. The children, who had long been isolated to reinforce Kody's dominance, were finally witnessing the truth. Kody's illusions of power were crumbling. Every yell, every command ignored, every door barricade tested, it all pointed to the collapse of his reign inside the mansion. The snow fell harder, the cold wind biting as David's convoy continued its relentless push. Legally, he had the right to retrieve Truly. Morally, he had no choice. Every second she remained trapped increased the danger and the trauma. And yet, in the chaos, there was hope. Solomon's courage, David's determination, and the police presence meant that Truly was not alone. The moment of confrontation was imminent. Kody could no longer hide behind excuses or barricades. Every engine rev, every siren, every shouted command outside forced him to face reality. The siege of Coyote Pass had reached its climax. What happens next would decide not just a custody battle, but the safety and future of Truly Brown. As the convoy pushed forward, as the gate finally gave way, the story reached a turning point. David and Peyton weren't just rescuing a child, they were dismantling years of manipulation and fear, one moment at a time. And as the dust settled, the question lingered. Would Truly finally be free for Christmas, or would Kody find one last way to cling to control? This is the climax of a real-life drama that's far more terrifying than any scripted show. Stay tuned, because the resolution is unfolding in real time, and the world is watching. Truly's safety hangs by a thread, and every second counts.